confidence is psychologists suggest that confidence is built through competence, self-awareness, and positive reinforcement. Competence. Let's start with that. Competence is basically doing things through repetition and getting more familiar with it, but you cannot do that if you're not willing to do whatever that thing is. So, step 1 is making the decision to do something despite your fears. I mean, what I'm doing right now, this is extremely new to me. I've never done content creation previously, and it's not anything that was on my bingo card. A huge thing for me has always been encouraging people to believe in themselves, encouraging empowerment and confidence, primarily amongst women, but honestly amongst everyone. And so that is a huge thing that I've always done anywhere that I am in any scenario. So I decided that social media would be a good place for me to do it because I can reach a wider audience. So again, step 1, competence. The more skilled or knowledgeable you become in a certain area, the more confidence naturally develops. So just keep that in mind whenever you think that, oh, I can't do it, I'm just not confident, and you won't be if you always steer away from it. So just go for it, do the thing, whatever it is. Second, self-awareness, which is understanding your strengths and weaknesses allows you to focus on growth rather than comparison. So I always say to people, everyone has weaknesses and it's not really a problem. The problem is not knowing how to properly manage it. If you know what your weaknesses are, if you are paying attention to that and you are finding strategies to combat that, that's all anyone could ever do. You can literally turn your strengthness almost into a right. What am I saying? You can turn your weakness into a strength almost by the way that you're choosing to A, bring awareness to it, and B, strategize on how to not limit yourself due to your weaknesses. That's really all it is. If you know how to manage your weakness, is it really a weakness? Not really, because it's not holding you back. And that third thing is positive reinforcement, celebrating small wins. Make sure that you're acknowledging the things that you're doing, no matter how big or small. It doesn't really matter. If you said, "Oh my God, I'm so afraid to do content creation, and now I just finally stepped outside the box and I recorded a video and only 3 people liked it." Okay, well, that's 3 reasons to celebrate. You got to go for it because the only way that you're ever going to get to the point where that 3 turns into 300, 3,000, 3 million is if you just keep going. Everything is just a step by step process. You know what I mean? I think nowadays people have this illusion that most things should just happen overnight. And while sometimes they do for certain people, most cases that's just not realistic, and that is okay. So, I want to go into some practical ways to develop your confidence in your everyday life. Number 1, positive thinking, positive thinking, positive thinking, okay? And not in a super dramatic way. That just means challenge your thoughts. So if you're saying, oh, there's no way that I can run this marathon. Okay, well, maybe not right in this moment, but challenge your thoughts and say, okay, but what if I practice running every day? What if I started with running for 10 minutes? What would happen in a month? What would happen in 6 months? And I'll be honest, you'd be surprised because honestly, I was a couple years ago. I made it a point to start running every day, and I promise you, your body adapts so fast. Seriously, make it your mission to say, I'm going to do a mile a day. So when I say do it, it means you can alternate between walking, running, jogging, however you need to make it happen, make it happen. But do that mile every single day for 1 week and see how shocked you are at the difference in your timing from day 1 to day 7. It's actually pretty incredible. So don't underestimate the power of that. Challenge your thoughts. Challenge yourself and say, I'm sitting here saying to myself, I could never do it. Well, maybe the challenge could be, well, how would you know? Oh, okay, so maybe I can do it, but I can't do it now. Okay, but what happens if you start doing it now? Maybe you can do it later. Challenge your thoughts and you'd be surprised how far it gets you. We psych ourselves out. It's literally this perceived fear of the worst case scenario when a lot of the times if you actually make those decisions, the worst case scenarios don't even happen. They literally don't. It may not be best case scenario either, but most times worst case scenarios is not actually what's going to happen. So just challenge every single I can't, I shouldn't, and see what happens. Next up, Practice self affirmations. There's this quote, and I love it, and it's very simple, straightforward, to the point. If you say that you can do something, you're right. If you say that you can't do something, you are also right. Literally, if you have told yourself that you cannot do something, your brain will shut down and stop trying to provide solutions. Your brain is literally just, it's a machine. You know what I mean? It's a computer. You are inputting things into it. And so if you input, there's no way that this can happen, your brain is like, okay, well, what's the point? I'm not about to sit here and waste my time trying. My owner has decided that we can't do this. Okay, so we won't. So definitely never do that. Okay. Don't tell yourself that you cannot do it. So start by practicing affirmations and say, I can. I'm confident. I'm willing. I'm capable. Today, I will have an amazing day. I can do these things. And however you need to, whatever the affirmation is, I will run this marathon. I will be successful in this business venture. Say it out loud, repeat it, write it down even, and see how far that gets you as well. Next up, embrace small risks. So just do something outside of your daily practice. Whatever, even if it's something small, like, okay, taking the chance to say, you know what, I'm a really shy person. Today, I'm going to speak to one person. So if you're outside walking your dog and you see someone else, throw something out there and see what happens. Throw it out there and see what happens. Who knows? Or like we mentioned, the gym. Start off with 10 minutes and see what happens. If you're doing social media and you're nervous, start off with a 5-minute video. Start with a short 60 seconds and just see how your confidence begins to build up every single day. Improve your posture and body language. Stand tall, shoulders back. Do not drag your feet. That was a big, big thing with my dad. Oh my gosh. He could not stand a foot dragger. It is just something about it. Um, Look people in the eyes. You know what I mean? It kills me sometimes when I see people who just cannot seem to, look a person in the eye. No, be confident. Look at that person. Be you. Be powerful. Feel confident. And I think you'd be surprised. That demeanor is it's like a defeated persona. And your body, your mind, your thoughts is all connected. And so the last thing that you want to do is communicate, most importantly to yourself, but also to the world, that I am not confident. I am not sure of myself. I don't believe I can do it. I'm not confident in myself. So be mindful of the way that you're showing up in the world, because that also is reflecting directly onto your mentality as well. Next thing, celebrate progress, not perfection. Oh my gosh. That is so huge, especially as a perfectionist. But I'm getting out of that because it gets you absolutely nowhere. Their perception is false unless you're Beyonce. Just kidding. No, I'm actually not kidding. Beyonce, she's this close. But honestly, progress, not perfection. Because here's the thing, again, you won't build up that confidence if you're constantly looking for perfection. Because if you're looking for perfection, then you will have paralysis. You're saying, oh, I'm going to be perfect. No, you won't be anything because you won't even try. Sometimes your work can be better than what you perceive it to be. We are our own worst critics. And I know that we've all heard that before. So maybe you don't find it to be perfect, but maybe someone else does. Or maybe they don't see that it's perfect, but they thought that it was perfectly fine. Look at some of your favorite actresses, artists, advocates, lawyers, whatever. There was a point in time where they did not know as much as what they know now. There was a point in time where they were new and nervous and unfamiliar. And guess what? They pushed through. And so the only way that you're going to get to the other side of that is if you find a way to push through as well. So just do it anyway. Nervous and all, just do it. And track that, whether it be through journaling, blogging, just acknowledging out loud or sharing those things with family and friends. Because one day all of you can sit around and say, oh my gosh, do you remember the day I was brand new and my hands were sweating, and look at me now. So yes, I think that those are going to be major keys that are going to hopefully help you to get to the other side of it. Most of it is just doing it. And I think you'd be surprised what could happen if you say, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. So go for it and let's see what happens next.